Hello, Dale Husband here. I'm making this quick video to respond to Wahid Azal's latest diatribe at me. If you don't know who he is or what the issues are between him and me, you may ignore this. For the rest of you, a link to his new video about me is below in the description. First, the title. He refers to me as Gomer, possibly as a reference to Gomer Pyle, a classic TV character that first appeared in the Andy Griffith Show and then got his own series. Gomer Pyle USMC Pyle was considered a buffoon by many people, but he also had a sense of morals, an honor that served him well in the second series he starred in. Wahid, of course, has no morals or honor to speak of. He is just the toxic asshole who lives to hurt anyone he can for any reason he can think of, with no loyalty to anyone who he can't use for his self-righteous purposes. But he is good at fooling people. He certainly fooled me for a while, because he and I were both enemies of the Baha'i faith. About 13 seconds into his video, he tells his first outright lie, asserting that the Reddit user known as Successful Corner 2512 is an alias of Investigator 919. What is the evidence for this? He provides none, merely asserting that, because both of them say they are willing to believe what Wahid dismisses as Iranian state propaganda, they must be the same person. Does he really believe that only one person on Reddit would believe something said by the government of Iran? What law says that? It makes no sense. And starting at 31 seconds and he certainly did not refute my argument about his own delusional rantings being an ad hominem fallacy. I'm not saying I believe everything the Iranian government says, but likewise I don't disbelieve something just because of its source. A claim is credible or not credible based strictly on its own merits, period. Wahid Azal has demonstrated repeatedly that his word is never to be trusted without a ton of fact-checking. He has lied about me personally, claiming that I am a racist, despite me making a great many statements in various places damning racism, that I am a pedophile and child groomer, even though I have written against the raping of underage kids, and even that I have been suicidal, despite me writing against suicide. He clearly did all those to try to discredit me. But most of those who investigate the matter have told me they know he was lying about me. It would have been better for him to have not begun his stupid smear campaign against me. 1 minute and 31 seconds in, Azal makes another false assertion about me. I have never claimed to be an expert on Shia Islamic dogmas. But you don't need to be a world-famous chef of a 5-star restaurant to know a meal served at a fast food restaurant sucks. You don't need to be a mechanic to know when an actual mechanic has ripped you off with a repair job on your own car that failed to restore your car to full functionality. That's how I approach the issue of the Bab failing to meet the expectations of Shia Muslims. Did the Bab claim to be the return of the 12th Shia Imam, known as the Mahdi? Yes. Did he do what the Mahdi was expected to do? No. He was supposed to overthrow the enemies of the cause of God. Instead he gets slaughtered by a firing squad. So in the minds of most Shiites, that was enough to discredit the Bab in the 19th century, and there is no reason to think otherwise in the 21st century. The only reason the Bab had any followers after he was killed in 1850 was because of the sunk cost fallacy. The Babis had suffered so much while the Bab was alive that they refused to let go of their beliefs, so they reinterpreted them to depict the Bab's death as a glorious martyrdom. You know who had to face the same dilemma after the martyrdom of their leader? The early Christians. They did the same thing for the same reason, and it was just as stupid 2,000 years ago as it was in the 1850s. Small wonder I am an atheist. As for what really happened to Mahsa Amini while she was jailed, maybe she was beaten to death, maybe she wasn't. I don't know. And neither does Azal. But he clearly finds the narrative that she was beaten and jailed to be useful to him, so he runs with it. And, of course, she never should have been arrested for not wearing a hijab in public anyway. Iran really should repeal such sexist requirements of women, and the authorities of that country should just grow up. You can protest against such laws and the arrest of women who defy them regardless of how Mahsa Amini died. Azal has also lied about another Reddit user named Mirzajan, claiming that his real name is Nasser Mtsali, who runs a blog dedicated to slamming the Baha'i faith. Again, he has never presented any credible reason for this claim, which is why I don't believe it. So this bastard has attacked all 3 of the current moderators of the subreddit r/xbahi as well as a former moderator, Salman Wilson, and made all sorts of false claims about them in the subreddit. Why does he do this? Why not retain all of them as allies in his quest to discredit the Baha'i faith? Because in the end, The only one he is loyal to is himself, and the only cause he has any real tolerance for is his Hizbullah/Marxist lunacy he has been trying to sell for many years. And almost no one is buying it. The Bayani or baby faith's credibility was destroyed in 1850, and the credibility of Marxism was destroyed in the early 1990s when communism collapsed in Western Europe. Just like the credibility of the Baha'i faith was destroyed forever with the death of Shaghi Effendi in 1957. If you are defending causes and beliefs that have already been discredited, how can you be discrediting the Baha'i faith? You can't, of course. You need to get your own ducks in order before you mess with anyone else's ducks, obviously. Wahid Azal simply needs to stop making up baseless shit about others to get attention for himself. I don't know how old he is, but he acts like a spoiled little bully. So he is never to be trusted. Not about me, not about the other mods of r/ex-Bahi, not about the Iranian government and what it does. He is the very definition of a pathological liar.